Hi, I'm Rob Kyle, and I'm going to take you through a demo of ISOAMP and show you how everything works within the tool. This is one of our test portals. We brand yours with your company logo. We match all the colors up, so it's specific for your business. As far as uploading a statement goes, all you have to do is click on quote, and you have 1 to 2 options. You can either manually create something, and this is really good for if you have, a summary statement, or if you're on the phone with a merchant and you don't have the statement in front of you, or if you do have the statement, you can just drag and drop it right into this box. Once the statement's in here, all you have to do is name it. So we can call this one test. Once it's named, you can hit submit. From here, it's either going to be fully automated, like this statement here. Right now, we're doing about 55% of our statements are fully automated. If it's not automated, it will go to a human on our team for review. Statements that go for human review are usually going to be done on average in about 2 to 5 minutes. Once it's completed, you can click on the view proposal button right here. You'll get an email that lets you know it's been complete, or you can just click on your prospects tab. When you click on the prospects tab, this is where all of the statements that you submit are going to live. Once you find the merchant statement that you want to look at, all you have to do is click on this details button and then click on the proposal itself. The next screen that it's going to take you to is actually going to be this one here. This is going to let you choose what pricing structure you want to pitch to your merchant. Do you want to pitch them on dual pricing? Do you want to pitch them on a flat rate? Do you want to pitch them on Interchange Plus? These are programs that we build for you based on what you are pitching to merchants. So you don't have to worry about trying to identify what kind of statement it is. You can more so look at this and say, where am I going to make the most margin? And what do I want to write this deal on? I'm going to choose Interchange Plus to show you the most transparency in this statement. When you first go into the merchant statement, you're going to see up top the current monthly fees and effective rate, proposed monthly fees and effective rate, savings for the merchant, and residual and margin. You can turn the residual and margin off if this is something that your team is going to be using and you don't want them to see the residual and margin. Under the processor fees, this is where we represent everything that's on the statement. So we break it into 2 categories. You have your current rate side and you have your proposed rate side. When we're looking at the current rate numbers, if you have a question about any of the numbers in the current rate side and where they come from, that's what these details tabs do. They're going to break down the corresponding current rate information so you can see exactly where it's coming from. If we look at our VMD per item, you can see that it's 9.84 cents. If we go to details here, you're going to see there's a 4-cent auth fee, there's a 5-cent gateway fee. Instead of us just assuming that it's a total of 9 cents, we take the total that was charged into the quantity of transactions, and we can tell you exactly what they're paying per item. On the proposed rate side, this is where you're going to make changes to your pricing on a case-by-case basis. You have 2 different ways to make your pricing adjustments. The first one is using this savings slider. This is really good for a new agent that might not know exactly what rates to price someone at down below. So they can say, the merchant wants me to save them about $400. Great, we can move this little slider around till we're close to our savings goal. Once we're there, we're gonna see, okay, we're gonna price them at 41 basis points and 14 cents. That's one way to make your adjustments. You can also go down and fine tune everything here. So if you wanted to do 45 basis points, maybe we'll do 10 cents per item. Maybe we'll price Amex at 10 cents as well. We're looking at the savings up top because it's going to update in real time. And we say, that's not close enough to our $400 goal. So let's go ahead and move this down to 50 basis points and see where we're at then. It looks like we're gonna save the merchant their goal. We're gonna make some margin in the process. And this is gonna be where we price them at. 45 basis points for VMD volume, 10 cents for a VMD per item, 10 cents for Amex, and 50 basis points for Amex volume. If there are annual or one-time fees on the statement, they're going to get their own category between pass-through fees and merchant activity. We do not include any of the one-time or annual fees in the current monthly effective rate. Under pass-through fees, there are going to be one of 2 scenarios every time we analyze a merchant statement. We either have the interchange details or we don't. If we have the interchange details, we can look at the card types that were taken on that statement and we can tell you exactly what the proposed cost of interchange should be. We update our system twice a year as soon as the new rates come out, so we can always count on an accurate number when we look at the proposed interchange total. If we look at the current side total on this scenario, you can see that there's a difference. This is $28.70, the proposed total is $18.51. When those numbers don't match, it's always going to be one of 2 things. It's either going to be padding in the interchange, or it's going to be optimization that's available, and it could be both. So when we click on details here, we're going to see that there's $659 worth of markup in the interchange and optimization that's available of $348.64. That's gonna be more of your overview. If you wanna scroll down to the bottom, there's going to be a tab that says interchange analysis. If we click on show here, we're going to be able to look at this and show you exactly where that padding's coming from and where that optimization could be coming from. Right here, we'll show you the card type, the volume and the transactions. The top number is what the merchant's paying and how much it cost. The bottom number is the true cost of interchange and what it should have been. Anytime there's a discrepancy on these numbers that's more than a total of 10 cents, it's going to trigger this to turn yellow, so you'll know immediately if there's padding in the interchange when you look at this screen. Under optimization, we're able to do a very similar thing. So we'll go through and we'll look at each card type. We'll tell you what it normally settles out at and what rate it qualifies for and how much that rate would cost the merchant. Under this Finish tab, you do have the ability to remove optimization. Maybe the merchant changes their mind and they're going to do the things they need to do to get the optimization on those card types. You can then click Apply and it'll add that optimizational savings right back into the proposal. If we don't have the interchange details on the statement, we have to make an estimate on what the pass-through costs would be if you want to put them on Interchange Plus. If we make an estimate on the interchange, there is a tab up in the top under the menu button. You're going to see this Assumptions tab. When we click on this, you're going to see these are the 4 main categories that we use to determine what that interchange estimate is going to be. We say how much of this merchant is signature debit, how much of that is regulated, how much of this merchant is B2B, and how much of this merchant is card not present. Looking at this example, you can see that these percentages are in parentheses. When they're in parentheses, that means that we actually pulled that information from the statement and that we didn't make an estimate on it. If we make an estimate, they're going to be in boxes. And when they're in boxes, you have the power to edit this. You know more about the merchant than we do. So if we're estimating that they're 31% card not present and you talk to the merchant, you know there may be 40% card not present, you could click in the box, change it to 40. There's a little button that says save right down here. You can click on that save button and it's going to update your interchange estimate for you when you go back to the screen of the proposal itself. So this wouldn't be 1851 if we made that adjustment, it would be higher. Now we've taken a look at everything inside of the statement. We've also adjusted our rates. We know what we're going to propose the merchant and we know what we're gonna make on the deal. So when we go to the menu button, we can finish up everything from here right in this button. If you wanted to clone this proposal, choose a different pricing structure. So maybe we want to present them a traditional proposal as well as a dual pricing proposal. Once we clone it and hit change program, we can choose dual pricing. And now we have 2 proposals that we can send over to that merchant. PDF is how you generate the final form that you're going to send over to the merchant. Change template allows you to select what view that merchant is going to see. Each proposal template has its own use case. The side-by-side, this is great for an apples-to-apples comparison. If you're doing interchange to interchange, flat rate to flat rate, something like that, this would be perfect. It has your company logo up top, whoever signed into the portal's information here, and shows the name of the merchant. It then shows the monthly, annual, and 3-year savings that's available, and then it breaks down the current rates side by side with the proposed rates. Down below, we do show the savings in the interchange, but it doesn't deep dive whether it's optimization or padding that's available. The bottom line on this one, we do show the overall percentage savings, as well as the current effective rate versus your proposed effective rate. The basic proposal template, this is great for a situation where maybe the merchant's already on a flat rate statement and you want to put them on Interchange Plus. Even if you're going to save them some money, showing them negative savings and pass-through costs can be a bad look. With this one, we remove any side-by-side comparison and it just shows the merchant exactly what they're going to be paying. So it's a lot of just need to know information. It has all your info up top still shows the monthly, annual, and 3-year savings, breaks down your total fees, your proposed effective rate, their existing effective rate and their existing fees, and then some merchant activity, processing, and pass-through fees. The detailed template is what you're going to use in a situation where you find a padded interchange or there is going to be optimization that you're going to give to this merchant. So it has a cover page that shows the monthly, annual, and 3-year savings. On the second page, we have a current and proposed condensed side-by-side. So there is a side-by-side comparison on this one. And then on the third page, this is where this really shines. So we actually pull all of the interchange analysis information in for you. Under optimization, we'll show you the card type, the volume, the current rate, the optimized rate, and the total savings for optimization there. And under interchange padding, we'll show you the current cost, side by side with the true cost, and the overall savings available from the padding and the interchange. I'm Rob Kyle. Thanks for coming with me on this ISOAMP journey. If you want to schedule some time with me to go over this in depth, click the link below in the description and we can schedule a time to go over everything statement analysis.